See, my generation and or the Libra generation, where Pluto and Uranus was in Libra from around about uh, roughly 1969 to about 1976. And so if you can imagine, it's interesting, to really contemplate and stand back and look at the organism and how this is happening where, well, this is going to happen where Pluto eventually gets away from squaring a generation and it's going to trine a generation. Very different, very harmonious. And in fact, whatever that hard time was all about, if we survived it, which was in the Pluto, which was Pluto and Capricorn, really this evolution that needs to happen. And I can see how this is happening. God, I'm learning so much. The downloads I've been getting. It's really frustrating because I don't really think anything is gonna really move forward with how that just about everything needs to be rewired into the it's real science. It's real existential fact. Because there's the fake science, and people don't even realize that there's fake science. I mean, even though you have real science right in front of your face in the form of all of everything you're using, your stovetops and your laptops and airplanes and cars and blah blah blah. That's real science having succeeded, and I mean, whether you like it or not, the junk that's coming out of the labs in the form of different derivatives of matter and coming into reality and acting like a certain thing, like I just said, cars and different. God, can you imagine all of this stuff? Isn't it amazing? I trip out on that a lot in my life. It's like, well, this is really, really amazing because look at this pair of glasses, and inside of there, there's a little tiny, a little hinge with a bolt and a nut or something. It's just like, are you kidding me? Like, here's a little, and just everywhere around us, and the cars that are going. It's like, you know what? We're cruising along. We don't really see much going on the side of the road, like it's failing. Unless, it's my Uncle Johnny, who he's gone through like 75 cars in the time that I knew him personally in 20 years. But some Aquariuses are like that. They're just, there you go. We use that spaceship. It's like, okay, you're going to do that once every two years? Why? Isn't there something more reliable? I'm sure there is. And if if NASA is using anything, it's still 30 to 40 years old. They can't mess around. They have to make it last. Anyway, God, getting back to the aspects that we're having, babes, with the Mars conjunct Pluto, and I'm going to put this up. See, I am using my fire productively. I have to. And all of humanity must. I am humanity speaking, by the way. Now I'm saying, think with me about anger and any emotion, really. This is the um, smarter intelligence that lets us know if something is not right, and we use emotions right away as babies. So those people that try and stop your expression and all understanding of conveying, I mean, they just stop it because you have an emotion. Those people, I argue, think about it, you should too. I get extreme and I go right to they should never have children because little babies are speaking from their emotions right away. And if you're slapping back emotions and telling them to shut up first before they get anything, you're an abusive person. Next, court adjourned. Now, how many fucking people? Some people just need to live in the right holistic scene. You can't isolate. We can't stay isolated and fragmented to our needs. It's like, well, wait a minute. Why is everything so fragmented? That's why I'm on edge a lot. It's like, you know what? I have to like it's a weird thing to look at the cartoon of it. I don't want to back myself in a rut of beliefs or anything, but I'm looking at it and it's like, well, this is strange, but now it's time for the Libra generation to get up if they have any balance at all and just keep weighing it out and saying, no, this needs to change, this needs to change. You are an ego. You're actually wrong about that. Oh, you don't like me now because I'm saying it's unhealthy and you guys are unhealthy. I'm saying I want to be healthy, and that's really what has happened. Have you seen it? Look at what is the fight? Oh, that person wants to be healthy, and then there's just more outnumbering that are unhealthy. Jesus, shut up, girl. You're in a lot of danger. I'm telling you right now. But, and come with me, hon. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're good. I'm making the right sacrifice, whether it's just a word going on that says, sure, trash it, and say that you're going to go and put it in front of a God that you don't even know what that is. If your words don't point at God, at least, then what is God? God is the truth. Your mouth, babes. Oh, God. I am understanding that I need to stop all of this entertaining and beating around the bush as a Buddhist, as a master, and you just start talking to people. You need to learn what the nature of words really are. It goes right along with the nature of the mind. And this includes your idea of what people are, who they are, and who you think you are. There's only so much time here for you to figure something out very real. And it's nothing new, but in the West, it is just muddled down and allowed. Something else is allowed to overlay that is creating an infection across the goddamned globe. How does it start? We want to talk about Babylon. Anybody want to have this conversation? Keep bringing it up. Keep bringing it up. What is the nature of words? The nature of the mind. What are people, really? Are they real? Or is it just a memory of a certain time, a certain personality, and somebody said something, and where were you coming from? And your mind is all disoriented anyway about a prejudice of someone, whatever, and you looked at a shoe first, and you looked up, and everybody's so fucking schizoid on this planet. There's some people, like me, I want to get away from it. I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, whoa. At first, you're like, you're feeling pummeled because it's like, this is, I like the word inhospitable. It's a fucking desert scape out there. You're growing. Can't you see it? You're stuck in like this maze, and you're in your box here. I got my box, and did you know, babes, that social media it's a babble ground, battle ground, where you are supposed to put your channel up, and if you're so fucking righteous, talk about it. It's supposed to be used, and it's not even being used. It's just like the courthouse over there. Something very natural is going to take place, and it has already happened, and it will, and it should. But you know what? The monitor now that, see, what has been algorithmically stealing away, say, it's getting ready. It's getting ready. There, it's coming, babes, where people are going to say, excuse me, we see a different way to live now. We see a whole different way that we can be free of illness and even the fear of death and all of that stuff. Guess what? Just as strong as that rises up, just as hard something comes and tries to pound it down. That's what's been happening as far as your Christ story. And the people who have regurgitated back at you and fed it with all kinds of other talk about Babylon have made sure to weaponize it and make it useless to you, and your perception is so knocked off. And this place, you guys, see, the question for the organism is, how do they not get so reactive when they find out more and more the holy truth? How do they not just blow up? How? See, I'm pretty calm, I'm pretty calm, and I know about meditation. I've been doing that a lot. I know how important it is, but I don't know. I just have my spontaneous. It's a spontaneous response. It's not, as an Aries rising, I do not see. I get offended when people um, poke at my hot-tempered character, or how I'm kind of on the edge anger, and it's like, you know what? I know me better than you do. I know how to have respect for somebody's personality. If it's completely opposite than mine, I'm just fascinated, and I love to be there with it. I don't sit there and try to tell people that they're doing it wrong. Now, I can take that back, and because if they are doing it wrong, spontaneously, I just say, well, it's weird, it's funny. I don't even know I'm doing it, and it's like they get beaten around, and it's like I didn't mean to tell you that's not an actual. Like say I will go with something like, no, it's just really, isn't there a right and wrong way to do something? If you tell me no, babes, and that there's some philosophy out there that says that, and I'm like, where the fuck are you? Did you enter into the universe yet? Apparently not. I can easily prove to you over and over that there's a righteous way and a fucking absolutely wrong way to do just about everything. There's where you could also say, well, there's an unhealthy thing, a way to do it, and there's a healthy way to do it. Never will I say positive and negative, because they both have their positive and negative attributes. Whether it's the healthy or the unhealthy, I don't know. They both have their positive and negative charges. I'm just a highly scientific person, and so. But now, when I get somebody coming at me from there, I can see where they're coming from. I will write 5 paragraphs saying, "Here's where you're coming from. Here's where I'm gonna make us go. If you sit here and I don't know, what do you need? Take your LSD, drink a glass of water, breathe in and out, but do not filter it through your fucking junk box, because nothing will make sense then. I'm not a junk box here, not really. Oftentimes, I will start channeling. My mind sits next to the mind of God, oftentimes, and that's why people will bother to even have a YouTube channel, because they feel they have something to share every once in a while, maybe. There's something, see, I know this fact about me. It's much deeper, much more gifted than it could ever show here. Much more of a potential, much more of an experience, much more of a happening. We are limited by our words. And so I know, because I go in enough and look at it, it's the same for every single one who is so-called amateur. They have their YouTube channel, and they're talking, doing whatever. Some are doing astrology, some of are tarot, some of are doing music, some of are doing just bantering like this. When will that stop? I'm capable of so much other things, and I'll share my life for the rest of my life. That's what we're supposed to be doing here. Supposed to hit an algorithm. See, the problem with the people with the ultimate teachings, which goes all the way to the top, and it doesn't just, oh, this is enough, because your eyes are starting to water now, and you're peeling away at the truth, and you can't handle it. It's just going to fucking disappear, and you got to go higher, baby. Won't be able to handle it. It's just a few that has the highest teaching. Well, will that algorithm ever hit? Will it? If enough people are genuinely saved out of their misery, yes. And it's happened time and time again before. And it's happened time and time again before that those people, the saviors, who hold up a simple cure, and they talk about the ultimate teaching, the problem with it is it kills the bullshit that other people are believing from whatever it is. And that's a threat, right? It's a threat to the whole. If you want to say, if the world is built on bullshit, it's a threat to the world, right? Hi, Jesus. Coming soon, honey. As far as that angel, there's many, many benevolent angels. There's tons. And they gravitate towards, see, you might, more and more benevolent you get here, I mean, more and more human. You're graduating. You're now about ready to go into outer space, and it's like they start attracting around you. Angels. You start getting help. You start getting guides. You start getting an amazing experience. You start having an amazing experience. I'm waiting for a phone call right now from just getting off the subject matter. It's from the volunteer animal shelter people. They're really nice about helping people, and I'm just calling them because my cat is, she needs better nourishment, and I can't find it for her. And I know that maybe if I take her to the doctor and they could just doctor her up. She's 17 and she's been doing something. She has a problem. She could be diabetic or something, and I'm just thinking, oh God, I guess I'll take her to the vet. I hope I can get a freebie. They kind of offered it last time when I had problems with my dog, and they helped me out with this, and that was a nightmare. I mean, because my dog went up to the road a few times, and she's at her end of life process. She's near 20 to 22 years old, and she just went really skinny. My cat is doing the same thing. She shows a lot of physical agility still, like, and to me she's showing strength, and she just needs probably just a little, like, get on the side, take a break from the race and get tuned up a little bit, and you know what I mean. So I'm waiting for a phone call. I mean, I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet. They get in at 10 o'clock, and they're probably just assessing what they can do or whatever. But see what I'm going to do no matter what. Because I don't think I can go to a vet today. It's Sunday. Um, I can go tomorrow, but today I'm going to go dig my car out of the snow, and I'm going to go down the hill. I'm going to get. I usually have a syringe. Maybe it's around here somewhere. I don't know where it went, but I got to get a feeder and just put a syringe in her mouth, put water in there. See, I saw her having trouble drinking water today. I think it's just, I'm going to go down and see, the thing that she has been eating, okay, is non-GMO, organic, raw chicken. Well, I cook it a little bit with butter, but she likes it more raw, and I'm figuring, well, it's kind of like she thinks it's a rat or something, and she gets noticeably elevated by that, and she gets noticeably pummeled down by all of the other junk foods, in the cans that they have for cats. Well, thanks for listening to this part, babes. My life is going through. That's just a phase, when you're older, and your animals get old and die, and a lot of things too could fall apart around that time too. It's weird how it just, for me, it's cyclic. I know how to I know how to do this. I've been here before. There's a lot of things that can happen through transformation and communications, but see, you can't force a situation to happen if it's not supposed to happen, like, say, and if it's meant to happen, it will happen, right? And what I'm concerned about is the human ecology. Now, I really, it would be nice to have had. See, I think I'm getting impatient as an Aries. I'm on social media, and I'm getting more and more. I mean, the more and more I see how fucking fucked up people are, and genuinely, it's like, no, Shauna, they don't practice love, so you are fucked there. They want to kill you. Hi, Jesus, did that happen? Girl, don't be loved, whatever you do. You will get an eye roll from a narcissist, in fact, and you will feel the pain, unbelievable, of not being able to share with any of these people. It's the moment, really. It's just a moment. I'm not saying, oh, I got to get in your hair, and I got this, and I got that, and I got all this stuff for you. Sorry, I'm getting more and more animated. It's just going to be a mess in my room pretty soon. I'm a very physical person. I've just, they've got us back into this fucking social media thing, and over the last 3 years, kind of, it really picks on people that really do want to hook up with other people, and they want to share. You see, getting back to that, real life accomplished human beings, when they found something that makes them feel good, they want to share automatically. Well, narcissists fucking hate that. They look at it, and they're like, and of course they want to plug into it, but they hate you. They envy it. They want to stomp it down. It's weird. It's like, God, would you please? These people are so weird because of their envy, right? They envy, and they're jealous, and they can't possibly really appreciate that what you have to give is yours to begin with. right? It's like this, and they're like, "Oh, really? You're going to give it to me, huh? I'll just take it." And it's like, "Why are you acting like that? I'm giving it to you." Whatever, little kids. All right, scooch along now. They've just become. They have proved to be the fleas that they try to create of people. They try to create. There's something called, the term is narcissist's flea. The narcissist's flea. The codependent narcissist makes you their flea. Thanks for listening to this jumbled up bunch of stuff. I think I'm doing fine. You're supposed to right about now with the Mars talking about our generation and the clicking of the first it was Mercury, now it's going to be Mars and then Venus shaking hands with Pluto at 0 degrees. Radiate your most brilliant self, because there is unfortunately there's a generation that now, it could be the Pluto and Cancer generation maybe, that had a hard time with Capricorn. They're all fucking buzzed out right now. They did a lot of the narcissism. You call the narcissism out. Say, excuse me, that is just plain like a chintzy belief system that really, if you look deep down, says that people can have their freedom of speech, they can have their anger, their emotions, and their freedom of expression, and you just want to take feeling away, you want to take communications away, you want to be flatline, as stupid as you are. Sorry, babes, we've got to tell you to sit down now. Being a human being is a lot more complex with emotions, and we can say shit and fuck and goddamn, and it's just not going to ruin everybody's life like you are planning to ruin. The potential, if we can just get through this steamy fucking time where people are going to be fucking tearing through it. Let it happen and know that, yes, we're on the way, and then watch it turn into a beautiful thing. 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 Just watch it. Keep working. Keep working with that fucking steam. Saying, no, I know it could be a different way. Bullshit, you are being oppressive. You're right there and you're trying to restrain me. Why don't you help me instead? You practice hate. You practice fucking non-presence. You're a narcissist. Toot toot! Don't pollute.